Okay, so in this next video, we're gonna learn how to get those sockets that we created, how to get those references in our blueprint so that then we can make the projectile spawn from those locations. So we're gonna go ahead to the blueprint of the drone. Remember, you can find that here in the blueprints folder. So we're gonna go to that one. And here, after the set actor rotation, we're gonna go ahead and add a few things here. So basically, let's go ahead and start by creating a static mesh drone variable. So let's drag one of those here with like a get is fine. So this is the variable of my static mesh, right? So from that static mesh, remember that's where the sockets are defined. So let's go ahead and from there try to get one called get socket location. Get socket location. And then as you can see that it's gonna get the socket from that static mesh, but we do need to specify what's the socket name. So remember we call one like rifle L for the left rifle, right? And then we can actually, I think, get a second node here for the right side. So we can do get socket location again. But now for rifle R, right? Because it's two different sockets, so two different nodes here. So as you can see, we're getting both of those references here. And then what we're gonna do is that we're gonna try to see if these references are printing correctly, like we can actually see them when we run the game. So for testing purposes, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna use like a node here called draw debug. Let me see if I can find it. Sphere. This one right here. Basically, this it's like you know how we usually do testing with like print messages and stuff like that. So it's similar concept. We are using this as a testing. It's not really like for something we're gonna leave in the final version of the game. Uh, but what this does, instead of printing a message, what it does is that it draws an area in the map so that we can see if something is being referenced correctly. So here we want to see if our sockets are referenced correctly. So we're gonna basically draw a sphere where those sockets are to test that is working. Okay, I think when we run it, you're gonna see what I'm trying to explain. So here we're drawing the first debug sphere. Let's go ahead and return, make this connection for the first socket location. And then let's draw a second sphere. Draw debug sphere. But now for the other location. Make sure it's connecting to the right pin. Now, these spheres that we're drawing, as I said, for testing purposes, but let's give them like something that makes more sense. So we don't want to give like a huge circumference to this. Let's just give like 10 radius for each. And let's give them a color. So I guess something like an intense blue or like an intense red is fine. It's not really a big deal because as I said, this is just for testing. We'll remove this later. But have something like that. Whatever color you want and 10 radius. Save. Make sure everything's looking similar. Now when we run our game, as you can see, oops, sorry. As you can see, now our drone has those debug spheres drawn. So basically, we can see that those socket locations are being referenced correctly because those spheres represent like the exact shape, like where those sockets are located. So we can confirm at this point we are getting those references correctly in the rifles of our drone. Okay.